This is my 25 and my 20 cogs, or change wheels let's call them. Now the keyway I think is slightly different to the one I've got. This could be 3/16 and mine's an 1/8 of an inch. But we'll put something in there. But the bores are the same. And these match up real nice. And I just need another 4 of these of various sizes to get my lead screw powered up and screw cutting capability enabled on the Portass. Okay, this is Myford ML7 20 teeth gear. Just had to form this keyway material just so that it would fit in. It goes all the way through. Made this spacer ready for my 60 tooth Myford wheel that will go there, and hopefully get these change gears working on the Portass Model S. Okay, further to putting the 20 tooth on the Myford. The 20 tooth Myford change gear on the Portass. These are some other change wheels, and yes, you can't see, but basically the 20 tooth will drive this one, and this one on the same shaft will drive this 45 tooth, which is driving this 20 at the bottom, which will drive my 60 tooth where this cog is on the lead screw of the Portass, and it should work. A slight change of plan. Whereas I had a 20 on the spindle here, I'm going to change it to a 40. This is this change wheel doesn't have a keyway, so it just does slip occasionally on the shaft, so I can't use it. But other than that, the 20, I think I'd leave that 20. I could change that one, but I'm going to change the spindle wheel to a 40, which is similar to this 45, maybe a little smaller. And you know, oh, it's spinning on the shaft. That's a disappointment. But you know, that will work. That will drive my lead screw. This needs a keyway, so it's not actually going to, it will just spin on the shaft. But certainly a lot more mechanical than it was. Probably can't really see it moving because it's so inconsiderate, but there you go. It's turning the lead screw. When I turn the chuck, basically, I haven't put the chuck on, but when I turn the thing, it holds the chuck. And yeah, so I can disassemble, stop it turning there. And that carries on turning. So I've got a 40, a 35, a 25, a 45 and a 20 and a 60. I've got this old handle, and so I'm going to have that handle out here and be able to rotate that by hand. I've got to make sure that the clearance clears the end of all these, so it's got to stick out a little bit, and that old poker seems useful. The thing is, there is definitely some damage on the end of this spindle that you can't see with this camera lighting, and it seems to have been dropped and dented, so it's not pure round spindle there. It only affects the end bit, but other than that, well pleased with these. Hey, really useful. Okay, using the remote control on-off switch. basically I'll have to fabricate an on-off switch. Back in the day I've seen them use light switches. I'm hoping to get something a bit more professional. Let me have another look. Watch the back gears go flying. That's not a very good picture, as it looks soft focus for some odd reason. This is a historic moment. This is the first cut. These 8mm shank Chinese pieces. I've got a piece of round bar. I'm going to do a facing off operation, and I won't be able to film it because I want to use both my hands, but I will show you the finished product. Okay, that's as faced off as I can get it, so I'm going to go and inspect that. Further to the Portass, got a start and a stop switch, which sometimes doesn't really want to hit in the start, but anyway, it does work, starts and stops. Change gears, still not really quick enough to get a big sort of, I want a 10 threads per inch kind of situation, but it's still quite fine. It's got a knackered tall post. I think this is broken. I don't know. It's nice and solid. It's not desirable really. This isn't desirable. I want to turn a new handle for that because that actually hurts. And there's no micrometer dials. Anyway. And oh yeah, the quick change tool posts, which I have shimmed to the correct level, and it's going to be on a maiden cut soon. Got my whiteboard to tell me what to do. A clock, some extra work lights. Where's the old one? Oh yes, there it is, which worked fairly satisfactorily. My next task will be facing this. So I had to use a bit for this spacer, which I've shimmed to the correct height. I was going to sort of glue that with the thread lock, but I think it might be useful to have variable shimming, just in case I have a variable height here. So I think that's, I don't know if the camera's not focus. So as soon as I put in a little bench space, it goes completely crazy. It's supposed to be a pillar drill here, but there's an old lamp for the charity shop and some boxes of stuff.